Hello everyone, and welcome back to My Journey, the series in which I take you along my path to gathering every track of the day author medal. We have a bunch of recent tracks to start us out in volume number 5 today, the first of which, and for author medal 329, we have the track Gardenium 4, which was made by Next. Gardenium 4 was a speed fun track that over 2,200 players have achieved the author medal on, and considering that, it took me quite a while to get this one, finally finishing at the 37-minute mark with a time of 42.162. I thought this was a unique and interesting track, but it's not without its faults, the biggest one being the dirt turn exit, which is extremely easy to fly out of. You can learn to do the wall ride a little bit better to mitigate it, but it is still a big problem. Releasing a few days earlier for author medal 330, we have the track Nova Agri, which was made by Pac042. Nova Agri was a rally car track that over 1,900 players have achieved the author medal on, and this one again took me quite a while to get, considering that, finally finishing at the 36-minute mark with a time of 44.098. Currently, I'm not the biggest fan of the rally car itself, which makes these tracks rather hard to judge. I'd say this track is perfectly fine, other than the last turn on the track, which seemed way too tight to take properly. Author medal 331 came on the following day's track, and it was called Bakorka Dreams and was made by Finian 2. Bakorka Dreams was a mixed grass and sausage track that over 800 players have achieved the author medal on, and you can see how much more comfortable I am on the grass surface, with this one only taking me 13 minutes to get, finishing with a time of 42.895. Despite my liking of the grass surface, I did not find this track to be particularly great, as I did not enjoy many of the early sausage sections, and one of the later grass turns was a bit too tight and did not match the flow of the rest of the track. My 332nd author medal came on the track Expo Expo, and it was made by XXV6, and this was the track of the day on March 3rd of 2024. Expo Expo was a mixed track that over 600 players have achieved the author medal on, and this one took me 42 minutes to get, finally finishing with a time of 43.375. I thought the route on Expo Expo was excellent and even triple plus worthy, but I think the track is hurt by its own scenery, as it added so much visual clutter, making the track very hard to read and much harder to drive than it should have been. For author medal 333, we have to jump back a couple of years to May 24th of 2022 on the track Haikon, which was made by Hankisme and featured Nightwolf. Haikon was a grass track that about 400 players have achieved the author medal on, and it took me 52 minutes to get this one, finishing with a time of 44.946. I'm pretty mixed on Haikon. On one hand, the beginning of the track was very smooth and flowy, and I very much enjoyed it, but the longer the track goes on, the more I was disappointed in it because of awkward turn timings, jumps, and bumpy landings. It just lost all sense of flow in the second half. Going back another year for my 334th author medal on the track Luminous, which was made by Hitchy. Luminous was a speed tech track that over 1,600 players have the author medal on. This one took me 11 minutes to get, finishing with a time of 37.764. I don't have a ton to say about this track, honestly. It did not flow particularly well, and it was pretty awkward to drive in a couple of spots. The track was just alright, and it definitely shows its age. Author Medal 335 came on the track Bevel, which was made by Striderin, and this was the track of the day on August 9th of 2023. Bevel was a full-speed track that over 1,000 players have achieved the author medal on, and I very much struggled to get this one, taking me over an hour to achieve it, finishing with a 31.355. I've played some good and even great tracks made by Striderin, but they all suffer from the same issues, and that is the finish. This one is no exception. I found this one to be extremely miserable to try to get, and it completely soured the experience of the track. Releasing 2 years prior to the previous track, we have Backside 270, which was made by Aggie for my 336 author medal. Backside 270 was a mixed track that over 2,600 players have achieved the author medal on, and this one took me 35 minutes to get, finishing with a 42.278. I could have gotten the author medal on this one a bit quicker if I went for the 3 to 4 second cut on the track, but I decided to take the original route on this one. I'm also not sure if this track was made before or after the Ice Booster update sometime in 2021, which certainly could have made the author time a bit more difficult as well. But overall, this was a fun track to drive. It certainly wasn't the best, but it was something fun and unique. My 337th author medal came on the track Beachside Paradise 2 Edit 9, which was made by Not Enough Speed, and it was the track of the day on March 24th of 2022. Beachside Paradise was a mixed track that over 700 players have achieved the author medal on, and this one took me 20 minutes to achieve, finishing with a time of 41.767. Other than the very end of this track, which I didn't really care for at all, it was a fairly solid experience and I very much enjoyed driving it. And no, I did not read the title wrong in the beginning. The title does actually include Edit 9 in it, and Nadeo still chose it for a track of the day despite being a unfinished track. So nice job there by Nadeo. For author medal 338, we go back to March 30th of 2021 on the track Greenwashing 2, which was made by Neo Ryan TM. Greenwashing 2 was a grass and tech track that over 1,100 players have achieved the author medal on, and this one took me 12 minutes to achieve, finishing with a 37.742. This is another track that certainly shows its age because there's really not a whole lot going on with this one. You're pretty much just driving in circles and using the grass to auto slide every single corner, so it's a fairly basic track which you don't really have a lot of input in. And we're going to throw in a bonus author medal in today's video. So for author medal 339, we have the track Periwinkle, which was made by Go Met, and this was a recent track of the day, releasing on March 20th of 2024. Periwinkle was a mixed track that over 1,100 players have achieved the author medal on, and this one took me 22 minutes to achieve, finishing with a 43.818. Periwinkle stood out in a couple different ways to me. Obviously, we have the nice bright pink on the track and the nice bright and colorful sky as well, but the route on this one is not too bad either. I thought this one was very fun to drive and gave it a ++. And that will conclude volume number 5. If you're interested in driving any of the tracks you saw here today, be sure to look in the description. There will be links to all of them. As always, I hope you enjoyed today's video as well. If you did, be sure to like it and subscribe so you don't miss out on future ones. Thank Thank you all so much for watching, and I hope to see you all next Sunday with Volume 6.